All right, so here's video number one. Here's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on how to increase the amount of money your buyers are offering on their purchase. Here's what I know today. Right now in this market, there are the haves and the have-nots. And the reality is most of the listings out there are being controlled by REO agents. Okay? So you have a choice. Either A, you can go out there and focus all your energy on acquiring short sale listings, or B, you can work with buyers. The fastest way for you to increase your confidence and profitability is to go out and put a buyer into escrow today. Problem is, we also have a shortage of inventory. And so what does that mean? That means that we need to, in order to increase your production immediately, we need to teach you exactly what you need to do to go out and get your buyer and have their offer get accepted right away. Here comes the problem. If you are not experiencing the success that you feel you truly deserve, the chances are that you are lacking in a couple of areas. Number one, sales skills. Number two, sales technique. Number three, the confidence to actually be able to use the sales skills and the sales technique. Be honest, yes or no? Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of steps so that whenever you are working with a buyer, the buyer actually does exactly what is not only best for you in order to allow you to negotiate the offer for them, but ultimately what's best for them. All of this starts with the foundation that you are a leader and a teacher to your buyers. Remember that. So when your buyer walks into the office, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to say something like the following, and you might want to write this down. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I am so excited that I have an opportunity to show you these amazing properties. By the way, you've got to say it with energy and passion, okay? Here's the way the process is going to work. We're going to go out and drive by the houses step by step. And here's what I'd like you to do. If we pull up to a house and you don't like it, no problem. Just let me know and we'll move to the next house. Okay? Let me repeat that. If we pull up to a house and you don't like it, no problem. Just let me know and we'll go ahead and move on to the next house. The reason why we do this is because it takes the pressure off of them and it allows them to see right off the bat that you are not attached to the outcome. Always remember, human beings are like dogs. They have what's called a sixth sense. Here's what I mean by that. Meaning they can feel if you're coming from power, integrity, focus, passion, and commitment. And they can also feel if you're coming from scarcity, doubt, weakness, and fear. You need to show them right off the bat that you're not attached to their decision-making process and that you really don't need their sale, even though you may need the sale. Okay? The second thing you're going to do is you're going to say the following. You're going to say, when we find the house that you'd like, we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to look at all of the properties that you like. Okay? Very simple. Just explain to them. You're actually going to look at all of the properties that they like once you drive up to the house. And then here comes the close. Here comes where you start to embed in their mind the action that they need to take. Ready? I want you to write this down word for word. When you find the house that you can see yourself living in order to allow me to get that property for you, all I'm going to need you to do is one thing, and that is to come in and offer that day, write a strong offer, and specifically write a full price offer or above. Now some of you might say, oh my God, Danny, I don't think I can do that. Well, some of you might say, you know what happens if they say no? The reality is they never say no. If you have the confidence and the ability to pull this off, the client will lead you. Think about this way. Do you ever walk into a doctor's appointment and say, doctor, you know what? My stomach hurts, so here's what I need you to do for me. No, you let the doctor lead you, don't you? That's exactly what your clients want you to do. They want you to take the lead. Okay? So when you're actually at the property and it's time to write an offer, ready? This is a week later, whatever the case may be. Here's what I'd like you to say. Mr. Buyer, do you like the house, yes or no? And you shake your head yes, and they're going to say yes. And then you say, Mr. Buyer, do you see yourself living in this property? You shake your head yes, and that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, yeah. If they say no, that's okay. We'll talk about that in a second. But if they say yeah, then you just keep on moving. If the buyers, then you're going to ask the buyer, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, how much do you like the property? Well, they're going to say, well, we love it, blah, 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 blah. Great. If you like the house and you see yourself living in it, then remember what I told you at the beginning. In order for us to get this property, we're going to have to write a strong offer and a full price offer. Are you ready to do that, Mr. Buyer? And guess what will happen? They will follow your lead. If they don't follow your lead, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to pull it away from them. Meaning if they say, well, let's offer a little bit lower. Let's offer $5,000 less. Here's what I'd like you to do. Mr. Buyer, if you don't like the house enough to where you're willing to come in with a strong full price offer, then why don't we just go ahead, no problem at all, get back in our car and just keep looking. And when we find the house that you're so passionate about, that you're willing to write a strong offer, that's when we'll write an offer. How does that sound? 9 times out of 10, the buyer will go, no, we like it. We want the house, okay? They're just used to trying to get a little bit from you, that's all. Once you show them that you're going to step up and lead the process, they will write an offer. Why? Because at the end of the day, isn't your job to help them get what they want? Isn't what they want a beautiful house? And isn't the house that you're showing them the house that they want based off the questions you asked them? Exactly. So what I'd like you to do with this video is watch it at least 5 more times so that you can get used to the language being used in the video. And then I'd like you to actually apply it to your business. Because if you can learn to apply these types of techniques to your business will never be the same. As a gift for you watching this video, what I'd like you to do is download our free pre-qualification script designed to step-by-step ensure that the buyer is qualified, is using your lender, and is ready to write an offer check in hand by the time you meet. I'm excited about tomorrow's video where we're going to show you, once you actually have the offer, how to ensure that the listing agent actually accepts your offer. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.